yesterday when we addressed the deplorable acts committed on social media against an adult male with mental health challenges. I made a public commitment that CPD would hold the individuals in that video fully responsible for their actions. The actions in that video are reprehensible, and that, along with racism, have absolutely no place in the city of Chicago or anywhere else for that matter against anyone, regardless of their race, gender, state of mental health, or any other identifying factor. The investigation has concluded and charges have been approved by the Cook County State's Attorney for hate crimes, aggravated kidnapping, aggravated unlawful restraint, and aggravated battery with a deadly weapon against all 4 of the offenders in custody. The offenders in this case were apprehended due to the good police work by 11 district officers you see standing behind me. And thankfully, the victim in this incident will recover from his injuries.
We observed our victim. He was walking with Jordan Mills, at which time I observed him wearing a tank top inside out backwards with jean shorts and sandals on. He was bloodied, he was battered, and due to the cold weather conditions, I approached him for a field interview, at which time, after talking to him, he didn't seem like he was very discombobulated. He was injured, he was confused, and at which time I called an ambulance. I left him with 2 other officers, Officer Adamski and Officer Cronin, to continue my investigation.
Our victim in this case was dropped off on the 31st of December by his parents at a McDonald's in Streamwood, Illinois. He was to meet his friend there, Jordan Hill, who actually ends up being one of the offenders in this case. He's at the McDonald's and Jordan Hill goes and steals a van in Streamwood. He then picks up our victim, who has no knowledge that the van is stolen. He assumes it's Jordan's. They drive to the west side of Chicago, where they basically are driving around and visiting friends for the next 2 days. The victim tells us he got into a play fight with Jordan, and it escalated from there. The 2 female offenders then, they then get aggravated at him, and that's when they tie him up, and that's the racial slurs and the deference to his mental capacity starts coming out. That's primarily one of the reasons that they were charged with the hate crime. It appears that he was in that physical position, tied up in the corner, for about 4 or 5 hours.
Last one?
And of course, the video just shows us a small window.